Sort of going deep with Amandeep. Home alone. Too many finals happening today. One very disappointing one as usual. Sorry, there's a lot of ruckus in my house. I live with Indians. But anyway, what a sad day. What a sad fucking day, man. I don't want to start off the stream by not talk about this. Today was another disappointing day for an Indian cricket fan. It was the Under 19 World Cup and it was India Australia. Huh, the same senior team World Cup final. And what happened? India lost. The Under 19 team lost. So I guess they're going in the same direction as the seniors. It's not a good feeling, my man, because I thought there would be some level of redemption for the Indian cricket fan. You know, after the sadness of losing the Test final. So India has. I don't even want to get into it. This is going to get too complicated, but I'll get into it. So cricket has three formats. Okay, mainly just how long the game is. So Australia India was the final for the Test format. That is the most orthodox, that's the most respected in my opinion, and I do respect that. It was India Australia finals, and of course Australia won. Alright, man. Alright. First sadness. And then it was the ODI World Cup. Now that's a bit shorter, but still it goes on for the whole day. That one final was again India Australia. Australia won, and now it's the 2020 World Cup coming up in June. I don't want to guess who the finalists are, but I think it's going to be India Australia again, and I do hope India gets at least one format. You know, we win at least one format, because even the under 19 format final, India Australia, India choked. Yeah, what is happening? Is there pressure? I thought Indian people are good at handling pressure. You know, and the funny thing is, during the match, the female commentator was saying they were talking about all the history of all the Indian players. You know, like how they got up here, what they had to do to get into this stage in their life. And you know, one of them, apparently the family had to sell land, had to sell assets to keep the training going on, and then you know, so he could get a career as an under 19 cricket player for India. And the female commentator said, yeah, that's a very common story for most of these Indian boys. She meant it in a very funny way. I mean, a very normal way, but I just saw like, these Indian guys just have, all of them have sad stories, bro. Come on. You know, she said the Australian players don't have such kind of stories, you know. But as a Kala singer, I am kind of happy. You know, it's bittersweet, mostly bitter, but a little bit of sweet. The Australian team had a Kala singer. His name was Singh, just like me, and he scored the highest runs for Australia. And you know, Australia won. So in a way, my people have us win. You know, I don't know. Hey man, but then you know, I'm also an Arsenal fan, but not as a. I mean, football to me is still kind of foreign. You know, I mean, I love watching it, but I don't have the passion for it, because you know, my people don't play that shit. You know, neither Kenya qualifies for AFCON, or neither India. Even if India, at least India qualifies for the Asia Cup, but then it doesn't score even a goal. So you know, I don't have any. Like, why am I supporting these English football teams? You know what I mean? They're not. I don't have family in Arsenal or Chelsea. I don't give a fuck. But the teams are funny. Okay, the game is nice. Watching the teams, I don't have the same passion, is what I'm trying to say. So there was some sort of soothing when Arsenal won 6-0. 6-0. In cricket terms, that's like I don't know, man. It's like making 350 and the other team makes 0 runs. Okay, that's crazy. So that felt nice. Although I don't even think Arsenal is going to win. I mean, Man City is going to. They have easy matches coming up. I think every team for Man City is kind of easy at this point. And if they just keep winning, I don't see Arsenal taking the cup again, which is fine. We still support the team, because sometimes it's not winning the cup; it's the whole journey towards the cup. That's what losers say, and that's why why I support India and Arsenal. No. But today is also a final for AFCON, Nigeria versus Ivory Coast. Who do you think is going to win, team? Who do you think is going to win? Ozzy Man or Didier Drogba's team? I don't know any Ivory Coast player. Sorry, I'm not a Ivory Coastarian. I don't know the word for Ivorian. I don't know. People from Ivory Coast name. People from Ivory Coast name. But this AFCON, man, anything can happen. Qatar won Asia Cup, bro. Isn't that like Japanese? I thought Japan or Korea would have been the two main big heads, but it's Qatar. And who did they go? Iran? Was it Iran? And this did they even? Qatar was an automatic qualifier for the World Cup because they hosted it. Otherwise you never see them, and they won the Asia. Okay, I guess buying cool players from other teams actually works. They're called Ivorian demonym. What a gay ass word. With love. I'm not saying it as an insult. Anyway, interesting day today for sports. Still very disappointed in but I guess after the senior team lost the World Cup at home it didn't hurt us bad, but it's still a bit of we thought this would have been a bit of redemption, maybe a good feeling, or maybe at least our younger team won. No way. But they're right. They're perfect for the senior team. They choke at the right moments. Anyway, moving on. Let's read some comments before we start journaling about the week. And I think there's quite a bit of journaling, especially yesterday. Yesterday was an interesting day for the stream. William Peter Muhindi, why are you sad? Existence. Tune kya kar ish. So nothing goes right. Today was just that day. The company car that was given to me, the door did not open. It's locked because now I don't like that car anymore, and I have to return it. And I'm happy with it because now I don't have to take care of that car that doesn't have locking doors. It started with that, and then India lost. And it reminds me of all the hopes I had for the senior team, and all the pain for losing the World Cup at home all come back. And it's like, but it's like going through a breakup when you're younger. Once you've handled the senior team, you can't blame the younger team. Like, who are they looking up to? The senior team. If the senior team can choke final moments, I much better. I would actually expect the same results from the younger team. That's why we love them. And it was in South Africa. That's like the third largest Indian population outside of India. You know what I mean? Which one is number one? I think Canada or America takes that spot, I think, and then South Africa. So it was also home ground advantage. India has home ground advantage in every place they go. That is why it sucks. Okay, the money they get is ruining the game. Maybe we should reduce the money into the Indian team so they can work harder. Big brains. Of course not. I'm not a... What do I know? I'm just a comedian from Kenya. J.O.B. Good to see you on the stream. William Peter, she wasn't wrong though. I mean, yeah. And it shows you, man, just because you have a sad past and you think this is destiny because it worked out all the way. Nah, man. Just because things are sad and you come from a poor background and blah 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 blah, you think you deserve. Nah, man. You gotta fight these kids with ambition. You gotta fight these kids with training, with also talent. Obsession. They have all those things also. So when it's on the pitch, I think where you come from doesn't really matter. It's the results, the output. Sometimes I feel bad for all the kids in those talent shows. They come, they say the sad story. Okay, sad story. I don't know what it has to do with the talent, but I guess want us to feel sympathy and be easy on you. But when the results come out, the results come out. Your team lost, and now you're broke also. So what's the what's the point? But there is one kid. Fuck, I'm so old. I'm calling professional athletes kids. Who am I, Dana White? But he's actually a kid. How old is he? Let me Google his name before I even talk about him. Uh, okay, he has a very long name, so that's why I took a bit. Okay, he is technically okay. There's a time out of state. He's kind of my age mate, but nah, there's like a 7-year difference. So his name is Yashasvi Jaiswal, okay, or YJ as I like to call him, because he's just a kid. He's not going to say anything to me. He's 22 years old. I just confirmed. Uh, this kid, he really wanted to be a cricketer. This is the story. He wanted to be a cricketer. He left home very early age, maybe like 13, 14, 15, I don't know. He leaves the small village in India, goes to a bigger city where he can get training for cricket. And in that city, he lives with his uncle. He realizes, oh, I am a burden for this uncle of mine, and I'd rather just live a sad life than be a burden. Mamba mentality. So he starts, he went to the cricket, academy place. He's like, yo, I really need a place to sleep. Like, sure, we have this tent that we don't use. It's not for sleeping, but if you want, you could live there. So he said, yeah. So to support his dream, this kid starts selling snacks. I don't know, golgappe or pani puri, but I'll just say snacks, Indian snacks, and like clean street food. Trust me, I see him with gloves. It wasn't the where you put the food inside the sauces and then the audience. No, you give your clients with like hair on it. You sprinkle some armpit hair. Yes, sir, has your snack, free Indian snack. Not those ones. He was the clean type. He wore gloves and stuff. So he talks about a story where the kids he used to train with, the boys, found out that he sells snacks on the road, and they came, they saw him, and they're like, and the embarrassment was so much that he just ran, he left his stall, and he just bounced, like he just ran away. And next thing, the video cuts, it's like a documentary thing. Next thing it cuts, he's breaking records, and I see, and he has this humbleness, this humility. Inspiring. I learned so much from this 22-year-old, because he's been through the trenches for real. Sometimes I think the trenches in my life are just imaginary. I just created this trench, in my head, and I can't blame myself. I'm not. I am retarded, but I can't. There's some reasons where those trenches were there, but this gives a bit of perspective. Sure, my battles are my battles, but could have been worse. Of course, could have also been easier, but knowing our luck, it could have been worse. Sorry guys, it's actually quite hot. I'm sweating like a motherfucker. I will have to turn the fan on. If the sound is too loud, let me know. I'll just push it back further. But for now, I feel like I'm in Mombasa. If Mombasa was hot and I was not next to the beach. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So athletes, that's why sports is so inspiring. Anyway, sad day for us. Muindis is what I'm trying to say. BW, Big White. What's up, man? Chondu, good evening. Hey, I like the spelling. Chondu. that's our fan base's name. The Chondus with a Z at the end. Sorry for the Americans. A Z is Z. Z for you are Zigay, if you call it Z. Imran, good. Is this Imran? By the way, you have been tukanaing me on the comments. Okay, I was reading a comment before I fell asleep about missing a stream, but you were glad because you missed the stream because you didn't want to see my chest here. Guess what, bitch? Again. What you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do, man? Anyway, Imran says, good afternoon, Gandhi. Hey, good afternoon. I read the accent. How are you, Imran? How's Canada? How's job? How's the IT thing you do? How's the internet connection? I don't know. I hear Canada is actually pretty bad right now. The It's more expensive than New York, London. Rent is so high. People are leaving Canada. Food, I don't know, as like chicken there costs $200, but I think it's Canadian dollars. So how much is 200 Canadian dollars into Kenya ugly shillings? What, bro? 24,000? What the fuck, bro? Tell me a pre-packed chicken is 24,000? Yeah, man, leave Canada. Who gives a fuck, bro? Just so what Drake is from there. You know, he has his big dick. Why you don't have it? You don't have neither big dick or the money. You can leave Canada. Plus, your passport is pretty strong. Sure, your country sucks. Hey, but if you can't work hard, you can't play hard. You know, that's Canada for you now. It's different. And you know, thank God they have assisted suicide. You can go to the doctor. Hey, you see how life is boring? So you assist me in this suicide. You know, and I don't know they. How do Canadians they? What do Canadians? What's the stereotype about Canada? They're not nice people. That's just stereotype. I'm assuming they're chudus. I mean, there's some Geneva conventions that were specifically created because of how Canadian armies treated Germans, prisoners of war. I can't remember, but it was something like, they lured them with food and then they killed them. Nothing new. I mean, it's been happening even till today. For example, Gaza Strip, the Israelis are doing kind of the same things. But that's not me. I didn't say it. That's just news from reliable sources. Yeah. Is it true? Is life really that bad in Canada? Because nobody says good things about Canada anymore. There's a opposite immigration from Canada to the southern border. People are like, oh, I'd rather go to America. As a Canadian, I'm sure that's a bit weird. Why would a Canadian go to America? But I guess we have reached those times. The first world is falling, and it will meet the third world there, who have been living in what is it? De-development? I don't know. In economic crisis. You think economic crisis is your ally? We were born in it, molded by it. I didn't see my first salary until I was 28. I don't know. That didn't make sense, but you get the point. Nuruddin Abdullahi, good to see you. Nurdin, I'm sure that's the word. Nurdin Abdullahi, good to see you on the stream. First time on the stream. Evening, Charlene Ruto sold eggs. Even Charlene Ruto sold eggs. What kind of eggs are we talking about? Because I think it was the Bude, the papa, who was the egg merchant. She's just you know what? Yeah, sure. I don't wanna. What am I gonna get? Nothing. Just death threats. Last and first, Mike. I don't think there's another Mike. I think you're the first and the last Mike. What an appropriate name. Open the stream as you showed off your chest hair. You're welcome. Not everybody gets to see Amandeep's chest hair. Maybe like one person, 1, 2, 5 people, maybe 6. Actually, it's quite a lot. I'm a slut. Anyway, never mind. Hey man, it's a rare occurrence. You should enjoy seeing Amandeep's chest hairs. Don't be a bitch, bruh. What are you, gay? You don't want to see another man's chest? Ugh. Yeah, man. Everything is expensive and the weather is crap, but can't complain. You should complain. Be a Kenyan, be a Tanzanian. Complain. Oh, I also, speaking of Tanzania, I read a tweet that every presidential candidate from the previous election is dead. Dude, I don't think that'll ever happen in Kenya. As long as Raila Odinga is alive, bro. That guy has seen all presidents, man. Interesting. it does seem like a conspiracy, but that's what happens with time. People just die, and turns out people in one group also die, and sometimes that group dead with them. Like you're telling me the class of what is it, 1902 at I don't know, Nairobi South primary school is alive. Those guys are long gone. Okay, the only things that remain of them are their laugh track sounds, their old photos in your uncle's wallet, because he had a crush on one of those old ladies, and that's it. And maybe they're in a movie, wedding movie, they're trying to eat. The cameraman took photos of them while eating. That's it, nothing. And this is probably the last thing anybody's ever going to talk about them. So they're welcome. Okay, we're done with the comments. We can do journaling right now. Where do we start? We left when? Tuesday? What did we do on Wednesday? Ghanta bhenchod. Wednesday was one of those days just running around within the city after work, going places just to hustle, if that's the right word, meet the right people, say the right things, and then just come back and sleep. So Wednesday, I don't think I did much. I think I streamed on Wednesday. I'm not sure. I can't remember, man. The time passes so weirdly now. So yeah, I don't think I did, other than this emergency, other than the impromptu stream. I don't think much happened on Wednesday. Same for Thursday. Right? What is Thursday? Thursday actually something great happened. Get Thursday. So this place I'd only been before on a date. Okay, and the second time I went there was as a comedian performing story time. And let me tell you, going there as a comedian was a much better experience than going there on a date. Because, as a comedian, I kind of made money instead of losing money. Maybe less diabetes, because last time I ate a lot of sweet things. But it was a fun experience. My white friend, all the way from Ireland, his name is Luke. He's also a comedian. He organized the room, and it's a very white, it's very popular among the Mzungus of Nairobi. And the audience was, I would say, 104% Mzungu. And any black person that was there was a Mzungu on the inside, the coconut equivalent of black people, What is black on the outside? Like a bounty? Black on the outside, white on the inside. What else? Like a very rotten banana is a cream on the inside. It's not white. What's the right word? I don't know. I know for Indians it's coconut, because it's brown on the outside, white on the inside, like Nikki Haley, the future president of America. She's a color singer like moi. We're running everything, bro. So yeah, and cool thing about white people, they're very conversational. Okay, I'm just saying, it was fun having conversations with certain white people with certain pairs of chromosomes that are not similar to mine, because there are only two kinds. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not trying to say it, but I'm also trying to say it. Fun conversations. So it felt nice. You do realize how much you need energy from the opposite gender. Like, you can't just talk to boys all the time. It's fun, I can tell you that. But sometimes you just need to talk to a vagina person. Okay? And it feels nice, because, they're cool to look at. And sometimes they're touchy and you feel nice. You're like, hey, touch me more. Yeah. But we have been through this road before, so don't worry. I was holding my horses. I wasn't running away. It was friendly. So it was fun. That was Thursday. And I did awesome. I did 15 minutes. I did a whole story about shitting my pants in the bus for USIU, which is not inspired by true events. It's just a retelling of true events. That was fun. It was a storytelling kind of show. So I did a couple of stories as simple introduction. Who am I? Where I grew up, and then I did the story. I had a fun time. Yeah, man. I think the more I do comedy, the more fun I get when I'm on stage, because now I'm not worried about not doing well. Like, I'm worried, but like it's not panicky worry. It's not eating up my brain. I'm more focused on having fun, doing the right jokes, saying the right things, arranging my list. I'm more into the positive work side rather than, oh fuck, what if I bomb my bomb, bro? Who cares? But at least now I just accept it better. So being on stage is so much fun these days, and I also had fun. I mean, if you follow my socials, which you should, Benchod, you'll see that I posted a photo with when I was performing. I was wearing my work clothes, so I look sexy. I look slimmer. My stomach is less bloated. In that photo, I look, and I had trimmed. For some reason, I thought it would be a nice day to trim, and it was a good thing because I look sexy around the hot ladies. So maybe that helped. So yeah, that felt very nice. Show the Joey Diaz photo at the back. So Luke is into comedy, and whatever he did, the series, I liked it. It was goofy, it was authentic to his own personality, and it worked. My sound was there, light was there, audience was paying attention. What could have I asked for? Maybe more money, but can't have everything. So that was Thursday. Friday, work was slow in the morning, but then got very busy for like 30 minutes in the afternoon, and then went back to nothing. And I think that day I did quite a number of mistakes, especially with pricing. Some customers, they have a special price and I gave them the wrong price, and now they call the boss, blah blah blah. Who gives a fuck, bro? I'm tired of these cheap Indians, bro. So you just pay the 20 shillings extra. You're gonna fight. You're gonna get an employee fired because you don't want to pay 20 shillings. Fuck you, bro. Anyway, that was Friday. Friday was also an open mic at Chemi restaurant. Had a nice time that day too. Went home. I think that day I ate a pizza pie. After a while, I'm like, it's a Friday. I've had a good show. I should treat myself. So I gave myself diabetes and high cholesterol that night. Peri peri pizza pie, if you're wondering. Delicious, of course. And I hate how the prices have gone up. It's 300 shillings, man. It used to be 200, and I thought that was the right price. But they're like, nah, man, everything goes up. And inflation, the dollar is, because I paid 100 shillings used to. There's a time it was 250. I'm like, that's okay. But now it's 300, and I remember the 200. Now I'm like, that's a 50% rise in price. I didn't like it, but I still ate it. I mean, I paid for it, even though I had the choice. Anyway, that was Friday. Came home quite late. Who gives a fuck, man? Because tomorrow is Saturday. Saturday was an interesting day. Work, bro. I wore some sexy ass clothes on Saturday. I'm not gonna lie. I looked pretty sexy. I mean, that's the day yesterday. I wore this pink shirt with like laughing emojis with X, and then they're melting. I looked sexy. My chest hair was showing because this whole part is exposed. I mean, I was wearing white shoes. My jeans were black as fuck. My turban was matching my jeans. This show was awesome, man. Don Andre was performing all the way from Uganda, and they needed my camera. I'm like, of course, but I have to go on stage first. So I got stage time for that. Can't complain. Fair trade, in my opinion. Did awesome jokes. Did a very racist joke. I don't want to say it on stream. I think it'd be better if you come to a live show and see those racist jokes. And yeah, that was Saturday. Saturday, I mean, you saw. If I know I had talked about doing a live comedy show stream, and I didn't plan which day. And Friday, I think I did it on Friday or Saturday, no, Saturday, sorry. I'm like, yo, man, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, yes. Let's just do it right now. I have the camera, I have my phone, this Wi-Fi in this club. Wi-Fi was very slow. I bought bundles. In the beginning, Doug Mutai was the host. I'm like, yo, man, can I just press live on yours, and so I don't have to press live before I go up? He's like, yeah, sure, please. I would love if you put mine up. So we started with his. In the beginning of his jokes, the audio was garbage, so you missed half of Doug Mutai's performance. And then later I fixed the audio, and then I came up. We were on live. Instead of me talking to you, you could have seen me do comedy for real. I was doing, there's a bit of crowd work, some new jokes, some old jokes, because I wanted to give a good show. It was a paid show. I wanted to give them, worth their money kind of jokes, no jokes that I'm working on or first try, that I'm not sure about. Like I do still do them, but the ones I do that are new at a paid show, I have a bit of trust in them. I've talked to my friends, and I have a bit of a sense. So these ones might not be that bad, but so far so good. And then the stream was fun. I read the comments, everybody seemed to enjoy. I think I'll be doing it more often, although I think I'll have to plan a bit earlier, especially the jokes, because I don't want to be doing the same jokes for the stream, even though you do know that that's how jokes are built, by repetition, change here, change there. It's, how do I say, what's the comparison of it's, I think Louis CK says it, he calls it like a fruit. In the beginning, yes, a fruit is just this small, but with time, by doing it again, tweaking here, tweaking there, adding, removing, sculpting, the fruit becomes ripe. And then after a while, if you give it too much time, it becomes rotten. You can add too much sweetness, too many punchlines, and you lose the whole vibe. So it's person to person when you think the fruit is ripe. So most of the jokes I would do on stream are very unripe jokes, but that's the whole point of the stream. You just see the process, you see the behind the scenes, you see the work. If we could call it that, because to me, I'm just having fun. Honestly, stand-up comedy is so fun. I don't even feel like it's work, and maybe I should be happy that my passion does not feel like work any day so far. Maybe in the future, when I do start making money, it'll start feeling like work. That's a good problem to have, in my opinion. So the stream was very interesting, uh, and day ended very late. I was supposed to go to a party to meet more white people and have more cool conversations, but then I was so tired. I hadn't gotten sleep since Thursday, like good night's sleep. So I'm like, you know what, fuck this. Let me use my actual brain, not my head. The head downstairs, okay. And I went home, and I got a good sleep for Saturday. It was amazing. I woke up, and the problem of being employed, your brain doesn't know that Sunday it can relax. There's no alarm, but no, your brain is awake at 5:43 on a Sunday. Even though on Monday to whatever Saturday it can, it can wake up at 9, but on a Sunday, 5:43, I was awake. I forced myself back to sleep. I'm like, I'm not waking up until 10, and then I slept a bit, and then I woke up at 7. I'm like, that's still very early, but then I couldn't go back to sleep for some reason. So I jerked off, and then some enzymes was released by my brain, and I fell asleep very easily after that. Then I woke up at 10. And today we went to the gym. Saturday we couldn't, because, hey man, Saturday, busy day. Just before the comedy show, I had to go visit a friend of mine. He had a kid nearly an year ago. He's a very childhood friend. It's a cool friendship I have with this guy. I think it's important for me as an I guess uncle to go see the child I'm an uncle of. And I got him some toys. It feels nice. You always see your friends having kids, and you start comparing. Yeah, that's just what I was trying to say before the live did the live thing. So there's some beauty in that. Somebody you grew up with, he's settled. It feels nice. You're like, because I don't hate the guy. He's actually a friend of mine, and seeing him have a baby, a family, things are going smoothly. He's talking very sensibly. I'm like, this is dope. Good for him, because this is exactly what he wanted, and I think he's got it. He even talks about being content, and I do agree with most of the things he says. So I'm happy to see one of my friends settle. I mean, most of my friends, very close friends, let me say my Indian friends, so definitely the only close friends I have. Bit racist, but it's a joke. All my Indian friends are settled, and I'm okay with it. I thought I'd feel jealous, I'd feel envy, and I did. But not for long. But I'm not gonna deny, I'm not gonna lie to all eight of you. I did feel a bit envious. Like shit, man, they got ahead. But the race is not with your friends. That's maybe just loser mentality. I don't know. But the race is with yourself. As hacky as old as used to as this sound, I think it's a good. There's a reason it's so hacky. It's so universal because it's true. And I started enjoying my friends' lives. Now I don't. Now it's even fun to see. I want to see them even get better because their wins are also my wins. These are people from my area. They represent my area, my things, me in a way. And if they keep winning, I keep winning. So I think that's a better way of looking at it. And my time will come when it comes. But I don't know if I really want that, because this is what I think, man. You know, I want to be. This is just us, okay? All seven of us. I want to be like a very great comedian, very great stand-up comedian. And I don't know if that can happen if I have a family, like my parents, yes, but like of my own. Like I have a wife and a child. I don't think it'll happen, but life is weird. But that's my current thinking. I'm sure. I hope. I don't know if new evidence is brought up to me. I'll obviously change my opinion, especially because it's about me, and I can't lie to myself. But at the moment, I think it's better if I pursue this passion with selfishness in mind. Like it's easy. It'll be less painful for me, or easier for me to be what I want to be, or what I know I want to be, or what I'm supposed to be. I know those things. If I don't have a family, if I don't have responsibilities I really have to focus on, because once you get a family, I don't think I'll be go do a show that could get me a big gig, because those things happen. I don't know if I can make those decisions, because it's easy for me to say family, but sometimes if you miss your child's birthday, you do get that big gig, but then your child, you know like I want to have a family and then just focus on the family. But for now I think I have the energy ish, even the day job, blah blah. I can focus on that shit, fuck around here and there, but have that one main goal. you know and once we are there, I don't know when that will be. I think it'll be when I can support my family that brought me here with just comedy. Then maybe I can look for the new family. But for now, I think this journey is easier, faster, efficient. Makes more sense if I do it solo, in a way, because I still need my comedian community, right? I need the whole, my friends, my colleagues. Those are, but what I mean is alone, as in marital status. This, you guys are my therapy. I'm spitting too much garbage. Ew! I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a funny stream. Where are all the gay jokes? Anyway, it is what it is. Of course, who doesn't love companionship? If it comes on the way, it comes on the way. If it doesn't come, we'll cry about it anyway. So yeah, I think that's journaling for now. Because look, even for Peter Parker, even for a fictional character, Mary Jane, you know, she fell in love with him again once she found out he was Spider-Man. Or when he was Peter Parker living in that apartment with the landlord, that blah blah blah, no one gave a fuck about him. People don't give a fuck about the big, and it makes sense. Why not? So I guess maybe at first let me be Spider-Man first, and then my Peter Parker can find Mary Jane or the other one. Who was the other one? Some other lady, I don't know. Mary Jane and now I need to know. Peter Parker. Spider-Man had no girlfriends. Peter Parker girlfriends list. Okay, hey. Okay, this guy's 11. God damn, this guy's a slut. Betty, who the fuck is Betty? Yeah, man, I thought he only had. Okay, he had Lian Tan, so he's into Asians. Deborah Whitman, okay, there's another white lady. Carly Cooper, white lady. Carlos Envers, Captain Marvel, so he's into strong white ladies. Silk, they were too similar, both Spider-Man ish. Betty Brant, didn't you just read that name again? Bobby, this guy likes the B ladies. Betty, Bobby, which was no, no, Deborah is B. Anyway, sorry. Let's find who's the other one. Black Cat, my boy Spidey be tapping. Gwen Stacy, you know, what is the point? Who cares? I just want to know who Spider-Man bangs. Anybody impressed with Drake's penis size? Because I was like, good. This is why I like his music. His dick is huge. Anyway, Nuruddin Abdullahi, you had that Mzungu laughing last stream, bro. Me, I have many Mzungus laughing, bro. Me, I have Africans laughing, like black ones, the real OG Bantu, Kushites, Nilots, you know, those ones. I have Indians laughing. I have some Japanese people laughing here and there. You know, they're not many in Kenya. A few Chinese, you know, if they understand a bit of English. But a lot of people laugh. So, thank you for noticing that. So you joined the stream, Nuruddin. Thank you. I appreciate for joining yesterday. Do you guys know any remedies for insomnia before I hop on pills? Ama, if you know any good pills, let me know. Insomnia, when you can't sleep. How long have you not slept, bro? It's pretty huge. Oh, listen to my stream. I think if you go back 15 minutes, that whole speech about being alone would definitely put you into sleep. What kind of pills do people get for insomnia? Personally, if I ever feel like I'm not feeling sleepy, this works for me, but I don't know if it'll work for everybody. You can jerk off, and if you beat your meat, you do the that's the Guten Tagen. If you do the Guten Tagen to yourself, there's some chemicals released by your brain that put you into sleep. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, works for me. I don't know if you have been Guten Tagen yourself, but maybe try that. You never know. Turns out going to sleep could be a fun experience. You know? I hear if you don't sleep for a while, maybe like a week, you start getting hallucinations. It's like a cheap psychedelic. You know, why find mushrooms if you? I'm extra hot. Welcome to the stream. I saw you on the stream, and I gotta say hello. Anyway, sorry guys, my sinuses, as they say, are usually blocked because I'm in the wind right now. And you know, I'm fat, so much fat around my nose, so I have a sinus blockage. Anyway, I think today we can just read the news. You know, we have done the journaling, we have talked about today, we've talked about sad things, but maybe let's talk about the news. There should be like a button where, you know, on radio. Speaking of radio, I'll tell you later. Fingers crossed. Anyway, Kalonzo threatens protests if CJ Martha Koome is ousted. Alright, man. I'm sure this guy has a lot of influence. Jaramogi University to return housing levy deductions made in January. To everybody? Thank you. The Odingas always come through for the Kenyans, man. Let me tell you that. Yeah, man. It's funny how these houses they're going to build are going to be the shitty houses in the future. You know how you have all these city council houses all around Nairobi, and you're like, damn, these houses suck. Who built them? And you're like, the government. So I mean, these guys have access to all the money that everybody collects, get such shitty architects to build these shitty plots. And they're like, yeah, that's actually, you described it perfectly. I'm like, fuck. They're just building these new ugly ass houses, you know. I know it's affordable, but I mean, you're the government. You can decide cement is cheaper for this, you know, I don't know, subsidy, whatever. And then they said we had to pay for the house. People who have salaries have to pay for the houses for people who don't have salaries. but the people who have salaries cannot afford homes. So, they're collecting, they're funding money for somebody who doesn't have a job to get a house that the person with the job is trying to work. Am I retarded? Probably. And then the courts. I don't know. I hope it's boring you. I hope you're falling asleep, Job. Uh, I think the Supreme Court or the court, whatever courts decided that, hey man, that shit is a bit weird. We shouldn't pay the housing levy. And the government is like, yeah, okay, but you're not getting your money back, guys. We already spent it on hookers and air travel. So, bye. What a weird country. Could have been worse. This is something I always thank God for. If there was an East African country where I was supposed to be born, I'm kind of glad it's Kenya. I'm making the best of the worst situation, because every country around us is kind of going through it. You have Somalia. I mean, let's not even get there. Somalia has been going through it even before I was born. Okay, if a place has that many Somalis, you definitely know things are not going to work. I mean, am I lying? I'm just saying. A Somali told me that. And I'm not joking. Literally, a Somali told me that. So these are not even my jokes. I'm stealing from a Somali. Ethiopia is good on paper. Huge population, everything in statistics look cool. But apparently people who go there, they're like, it's alright, but not. It's not Kenya. And Uganda, okay, Uganda is not that bad. It's a bit less developed, but a lot of motorbikes, a lot greener, I would say. But it ain't Kenya. You can't talk shit about a lot of people. I mean, you can. It's actually very free. Comedy culture is pretty awesome over there. A lot of Indians also, so I do feel kind of like home. But it has that history. I can't trust those people. I can't trust that government anymore. I know what they did to my folks. Can't go back to your ex's house after they threw you out and gave you like a week to leave, and you're like, hey man, the door is locked, where are the keys? You're like, I don't know, jump out of the window. I don't want to go back to that ex. I'll visit the neighborhood, but I'm not living there. Tanzania is Tanzania, just Tanzania. Who wants to speak Swahili like that the whole day? You know what I mean? Who else is left? Sudan? Do I need to say anything? Around East Africa, Congo, we're doing so much better than Congo. Even though Congo is richer than probably all East Africa combined, just natural resources. But now, if the Congolese don't know how to run a country, I'm not in fault with that. Then there's Rwanda, I think. I mean, can't say anything, even in Kenya, because I might want to go there. Eritrea, who cares about Eritrea? Eritrea is another country's problem, not even ours. So you see what I mean? We're all around us. We are kind of aight. we're doing better than those. But maybe that's why I feel bad when it's not going in the right direction. There is some level of patriotism or nationalism or whatever, love for the land I belong to. Is that weird? And I want the best for it, even though most of the people that live in this land don't think I care, which is fine. I kind of don't. Or I belong here, which is fine. I get it. Brown is not on the flag, it's black, and we know what it represents. I get it, but you should also get me. I like this place. I was born here. I like the weather, and the weather is good. So yeah, maybe that's why I'm usually sad when things are not going the right way. Like the next story, Kirinyaga brew that killed 17 was exhibit. Rogue police sold it to trader at 20,000 shillings. Duh. Anything confiscated by the police, at least in Kenya, you don't get it back. As I've seen in movies, whenever somebody goes to jail, they have to give up their possessions, their wallets, their keys, or their pens, their socks, or everything they had on them before they got into jail. They get those things back when they leave jail. Not here. Here, if you're arrested, whatever the cops find is theirs, and there's nothing you can do about it. and it's just law. I think it's good because they're not paid well, so that's how they recover their money. I don't know why, by the way, why are cops always angry at the citizens? Why are you getting your frustrations out on me, bro? I'm not the one who decided your salary. Why is it that whenever protests happen, they are the buffer between the person who pays their salary and the person who keeps their salary low, and they defend the person who keeps their salary low? Do you know now you know why the requirement for being a cop in Kenya is just having 32 teeth? Because then you start hitting the people who are paying your salary instead of the people that put it that low. you know and I don't want to be a cop. It's a difficult life, I agree. I mean, give them I think a cop should have a sustainable income, at least middle income. A cop shouldn't have to worry whether his children's school fees will be paid, like those kind of worries. I get it, but they're angry at the wrong people. They should actually join the protesters whenever they complain about corruption. Cops should join in, so everybody benefits. Wouldn't they like less corruption and more actual legal income that you can spend anywhere, rather than earning money by accidentally killing 17 people because you sold illegal alcohol that was supposed to be destroyed? And their job benefits, by the way, I think government jobs should be the easiest ones to lose. Not the ones that means, oh, I'll never get fired. No. This is government, bro. Here you fuck up a little, you lose your job. I think that's how it is in other countries. I think some politicians I've heard were fired because they used the wrong email. You know what I mean? Here cops can kill people and all they do is get transferred. Because it's a government, it's a public job. You can't get fired, blah blah blah. I think those ones should be the easiest to be fired. Oh, you talk to somebody rudely, you talk to your boss, the person who pays your salary rudely, you can't work for the force, you don't have the temperament. Out. The salary should be high enough that people actually have a reason to stay, how do I say, with integrity. Like if you still become bad after receiving a good salary, then you're just a bad person. Then then you're just, nothing is enough. But that's not the situation right now. The salaries are bad. They are not smart enough to realize that they should be angry at the politicians, those people, instead of us. As we are giving our parts, you're our servant. We are paying our dues. You go fuck management. Why are you fucking us? But that's what you do when you get only D- KCP students to become protectors of law. How long is Kenyan police training? Let's Google that before I say the other things. How long is Kenyan police training? 15 to 12 months. Over 3 years, okay. Salary increase. Oh, that's salary increase. But the training, however, is 15 years for cadets and 12 months for corporals. But a lawyer, you have to go to university, get a law degree, pass the bar exam, so you could interpret law. Okay, that's just the people who interpret and argue law. But the people who are supposed to defend it don't even have to have a master's degree. Just, you think they don't need training? I'm just saying. I think it's fair to ask a bit of more educational training for people who protect and defend the law. That's how you can. I don't know. I don't want to insult cops because I know it's a hard job, but okay. I was watching a movie today. I'm halfway through it. It's called 12th Fail. It's about in India. It's a movie about an Indian kid who wants to be an officer. Okay, in India there's a DSP, ISP, like officers. There's ranking officers. To become those officers, you have to sit for exams. that the whole country wants that position, because even in India, public jobs, public sector jobs are the most sought out, because you'll never get fired, just suspended, to another, transferred to another, region. Uh, and in the movie, the contrast is the good people are the ones who are transferred, as opposed to when, in real life, when a bad person does something, that's when they're transferred. Here, if you don't sign the document to let illegal things flow in, you get transferred. Shit like this is interesting. So even in that movie, to become a cop, the level of training, education, preparation you need to do, personality tests, aptitude, whatever the thing, it's the hardest test in India. You have to pass the hardest test in India, in the country, to become a cop. It kind of makes sense, maybe not for the junior positions, but maybe for the higher positions. And here, no, I think there needs to be a bit of change there, because they need to realize they're public servants, they're not prefects. Like, imagine if you found out the school prefect's school fees is paid by your father. You think you'd ever listen to the prefect? Oh, I'm writing noisemakers, blah blah blah, bitch. Write mine times 200. Just remember, you're not going to come to school the other day because my father's not going to pay your school fees. That's how we talk to them, because that's how they're public servants. But the attitude they have is of prefects. Like, bro, we're the same. You be angry at the teacher with us. Don't be angry at us. You know why we're talking. It's boring. This class is boring. But no, that's the problem, man. What can I say? Uh, it's an interesting job. When you fuck up, you're transferred. You don't get fired. You're just transferred to another location. Wouldn't that encourage you to keep fucking up? Travel. That doesn't happen in private sector. Oh, Amandeep, you stole this client's filters and you gave him the wrong ones. You gave him fake Chinese one and you took money for real ones. This is not how we do business. The client has found out. He's crying on our door. He's about to sue us. You have cost the company 14 million shillings. And for that, we will send you to our branch in Mombasa. Woo! Sounds like a promotion. Because now I have 14 million shillings and I'm in Mombasa. This is, they don't get they should get fired, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm not in their life. I don't know what the real actual work a cop has to do, but they usually hardly help. Now, sorry, we are back. You call them, you say, hey, somebody just killed me. They're like, I can oil. There's no fuel in the car, so send for fuel and then we'll come. So you pay for the salaries, you pay for taxes, you pay for everything else, then you have to pay for them to even come. It's like the expressway. It's like a toll for cops. So Haiti still has to send them airplane tickets before they even go there. I think that's they're getting a true authentic Kenyan cop experience. Yeah. And now look, now they're killing 17 people because they wanted to make 20,000 shillings. For a cop, that's probably quite a lot of money. So can't blame them. Any comments? Okay, let's go. Aman, have you ever been arrested? Now, Kalalandani. Nah, man. I would never want to be arrested in Kenya. The jails, the prisons, they all look so scary. In movies, they shit everywhere. They're dirty, unhygienic. They smell of piss, anger, and cum. I don't like that smell. If I want that smell, I'll just smell the other side of my bed. But in private, not with other 15 other people who are stuck. No, I've never been arrested. I have been in situations where I could have been arrested. I was in detention, if that's right. I was detained for sure, but not to brag, but I have used my speaking skills, my public speaking skills to my favor, made some jokes, gotten off with mostly some of the times. Of course, I have to pay a kaki to kidogo. I'm not going to deny that. It's a joke. Okay. But I have given Kitu Kidogo, even though the starting price was pretty high. Like somebody asked for 20,000 once for a mistake that wasn't even a mistake. But once they sit in your car, I don't want to do the drama. I start talking shit after the 20k. Next thing you know, they go back to 1,800, and now that's my area. I'm like, I'll pay the Muindi tax. I'll pay a bit higher. So I have used smooth talking. I've even flirted. That's not even a joke. I have actually flirted with the female cop and made her laugh, and she became very easy afterwards. Because female cops are the worst. Because I think they have to overcompensate for the lack of respect they get because of their gender. With acrylic nails about the law. Come on, lady, you're trying to look sexy, or you know what I mean. This is sorry, the internet seems to suck ass, but don't worry, stream. I did flirt once. I think I can share this. I was going to meet my ex, and I was wearing shorts, and she's like, "Why are you wearing?" Anyway, we are back. Where was I? Yeah, I told her the pants are easier than pants, and she laughed. She's like, "Okay, I understand." Even when your boyfriend comes, he doesn't want to waste time. She's like, I'm not married. In my head, I'm like, the fuck is gonna marry you, Chudel? But I'm like, oh, come on, there's no way. You have many boyfriends, and then she's like, go, but please change your tires, because that's what she caught me for. Like, don't worry, my tires are as smooth as my balls. Like, man, you're so funny. I didn't say that, but that's what she said, and then I was let off. Male ones, I just joke about. I just become honest. I'm like, yo, man, what have I been like? What's not seatbelt, not phone, maybe making a wrong turn or using the maps on my hand rather than that. I may say, hey, man, mini kijana wa South B. Hii mambo ya Parklands, Westlands misijui. Nikwambie tu kweli. Me, I'm new here. Pole si kujua kutumia Google Maps bila phone holder ni mbaya. Pole officer. I take responsibility, but sai si unajua vile vitu zinaenda, even you can see what the economy is. See, I just say sorry and I pray to my gods that you get blessed and we see the magic. Those are some things I say, and they kind of work because sometimes they do recognize me and let go off. Once they recognize me from Churchill, things become so much easier because they think I'll go tell Churchill and then Churchill won't like them. So it works in my favor. But yeah, I have not been arrested. I have been detained. Yeah. Another Kenyan. What's up, man? Good to see you on the stream. Job umejaribu blunts. Yeah, man. Maybe. But is that a good recommendation? Like, I mean, it's a funny one. I'm not gonna lie that, but I also don't want my fans to, my chudus. Sorry. If you're gonna get into bangi wangi, maybe just for the entertainment. To me personally, I think is a better reason than for the sleep. But it does help some people. Not me, because I'm not a consumer. Why would I'm never consume bangi wangi. But maybe try. I don't know. But I guess with that, the Sunday stream comes to an end. Thank you everybody for joining in. I have to go now and cry about the loss of our second World Cup. Even our kids could not do it. What a fucking disappointment. Those guys, the Indian disappointment are going to face tonight from the whole country, from all the diaspora, is a reward. So, because the internet